your stuff comes out best in practice, think about what you're doing before you go live in practice. You know, sometimes maybe you're joking around with your friends, you're having fun, when you step out and wrestle live, you do pretty well. So maybe you need to do that a little bit more before a match. Joke around a little bit, get your mind off it. Simple things. If in practice you're not normally talking to maybe your parents. I know I always felt pressure. It's like, I don't want to let my dad down. That went throughout college. Sometimes on match days I would talk to my dad, like before the match, and we'd talk about stuff. And I thought, hey, I don't do that before I wrestle live in practice. Let's put that on hold. I'll talk to him after the match. Things like that. Just really knowing what kind of feeling you need to have. What feeling do you like to have when you wrestle live? The music you listen to. I used to think that, to get warmed up for my match, I had to be listening to the Rocky IV soundtrack or Pantera, Metallica, something like that. And I started changing it up. I started listening to music that just gave me more of a good feel, like 80s music or dance music, or whatever you guys like. NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. Get a good feel. It sounds funny, but the whole point is that if my energy is already real high, why do I need to listen to music that's going to push me over the top, right? Listen to music that pulls you back a little. And music has a way of kind of getting to the feeling center of your brain better than other things. So those are the type of things I would recommend. Wearing a singlet or headgear in practice while you wrestle live. Again, another thing that sounds funny, but if you wear a singlet in practice and a headgear, when you wrestle live in a match, it's more the same thing. As opposed to when you put on your singlet, you don't normally do that in practice. Already in your head, you're like, this is a special situation. This is more important because my singlet's on, my headgear is on. So try to make it as similar as possible. Those are just some tips right offhand, I'd say. But try not to make it. Knowing what you need to tell yourself. Are you having fun? Are you warming up? Here's another thing. When you wrestle live in practice, how long do you guys drill before you go live? Roughly. About 45 minutes an hour. A good amount of time you're drilling before you go live. Okay, so now what happens in the match? You get a little warm up in, then you sit down in the chairs, and you kind of bounce around and do this for a little while, and you step out and wrestle live. I'd say it's very important to have some human contact with another person. Get some drilling in, get some hand fighting and hard hand fighting about 2 minutes before you step out on the mat, because that mimics the conditions of practice. Right, last year I was at the Rutgers Rider match. 2 guys on the team who were ranked. It was like the match of the night or whatever. They were on opposite sides, and I said, both guys do this for a solid hour. They go out and they wrestle live. These are 2 very aggressive wrestlers. The score was 0-0 after the first period. 3-minute period, 0-0. These are 2 aggressive wrestlers. There were no flurries, there were no major attempts. Both guys were, feeling each other out when they were wrestling. That's bullcrap. If you put those guys in the practice room, there's no way in hell that there's not many points up on the court, or at very least a couple of flurries in that 3-minute period. And I attribute that almost entirely to getting your motor running before you step out on the mat. So have some drilling, have some kind of hand fighting, something you're doing before you step out on the mat. Very important to mimic the conditions in practice. Long-winded answer, but a good one nonetheless. What else?